Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. It's Tuesday, the 13th of February. Now, cast your minds back, if you will, to January 2020, when Harry and Meghan dropped the huge bombshell that they will be leaving the royal family. They did this via their Instagram account, Sussex Royal. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. They dropped that Instagram post on the 8th of January, and the Sandrian Summit followed. Now, on the 13th of January, this statement from Her Majesty the Queen, pause it to read, I don't think I need to go over it again, was released. And then on the 18th of January, Buckingham Palace released this statement. I do feel the need to read out this one though. So this is what it said. Following many months of conversation and more recent discussions, I am pleased that together we have found a constructive and supportive way forward for my grandson and his family. Harry, Meghan and Archie will always be much loved members of my family. I recognise the challenges that they have experienced as a result of intense scrutiny over the last 2 years and support their wish for a more independent life. I want to thank them all their dedicated work across this country, the Commonwealth and beyond. I'm particularly proud of how Meghan has so quickly become one of the family. It is my whole family's hope that today's agreement allows them to start building a happy and peaceful new life. That was also met with a statement from the Sussexes themselves that said the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are grateful to Her Majesty and the royal family for their ongoing support as they embark on the next chapter of their lives. As agreed, in this new arrangement, they understand that they are required to step back from royal duties, including official military appointments. They will no longer receive public funds for royal duties. With the Queen's blessing, the Sussexes will continue to maintain their private patronages and associations. While they can no longer formally represent the Queen, the Sussexes have made clear that everything they do will continue to uphold the values of Her Majesty. The Sussexes will not use their HRH titles as they are no longer working members of the royal family. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have shared their wish to repay sovereign grant expenditure for the refurbishment of Frogmore Cottage, which will remain their UK family home. Buckingham Palace does not comment on the details of security arrangements. There are well-established independent processes to determine the need for publicly funded security. This new model will take effect in the spring of 2020. Then followed their sussexroyal.com website manifesto detailing exactly what they wanted to do. This is where they implied that they are going to work with the Queen rather than for the Queen, and that caused quite a bit of a stink, to be perfectly honest. Also, this is where the issue arose with the word Sussex Royal, and that's when the Queen slapped back and said, no, sorry, you can't use the word royal. And if you remember rightly, this is when there was a clapback basically saying, well, the royals don't own the word royal, do they? So we can do what we please. We all know what happened. They weren't allowed to use the word royal, so Sussex Royal was absolutely banished. They weren't allowed to use it again. This includes their Instagram account with 9.4 million followers. Now, you remember the website, sussexroyal.com. That was where the manifesto was detailing what their new transition spring 2020 was going to be. It's not been updated since spring 2020. It's been left in the abyss until now. You click on that website now and it takes you to sussex.com. Yes, the reason why I've been prattling on for the last 4 minutes is because of this. Harry and Meghan have rebranded themselves. Not only have they rebranded themselves, but they have literally made a website to make it look like they are the royal family, that they are next and alongside to the royal family. It looks like a royal family website. Not only that, but the actual main homepage is the office of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They have completely rebranded themselves. And parts of Archwell website also re-link you back to this website, sussex.com. I will put a caveat of warning out there. Please be careful if you go. I don't think any of you would. But if you go and have a nosy at their website, they are data mining. Also, I'm led to believe. If you go on there, they'll have your IP. And that's effectively data mining, and they can do anything that they like with it. Unfortunately, the new launch of the website, which incidentally went live yesterday evening, is now fueling speculation that they are trying to reinvent themselves and their media careers. This, of course, has set the internet but on fire, basically, because of their use of their titles. Now, effectively, as far as I read it, they can use their titles. It is a bit of a grey area, so long as they don't use their HRHs. They haven't used their HRHs on this website, but what they have used is their coat of arms. No, not their coat of arms. Meghan's coat of arms. I will address that in a few moments, and it is juicy, so please stick around. But what has stuck in people's throats is the use of the Duke and the Duchess titles, effectively, because they are clinging on to the royals that they have so publicly trashed. Let's not forget they did a Netflix special crapping all over the royal family. Harry's book crapping all over the royal family. Numerous interviews. The Oprah Winfrey interview is infamous in its bombshell allegations. Yet now they want to not casually actually, quite brazenly link themselves to the royal family. Can you remember back in August 2020 when there was that black and white photo of her, the dog, and Gloria Steinem in her garden having a chat about women's rights? And in it, Meghan Markle said that people shouldn't be ranked and that they should be linked. Unfortunately, Meghan, you have literally just used your ranking from the royal family that you have spectacularly crapped all over and used it on a very prominent website. Your title, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, has been used. Your biographies are an absolute joke. But do you know the funniest thing? Well, not the funniest thing. If it wasn't such a poor attempt to be linked to the royal family, it would be a joke. But unfortunately, it is not a joke. The royal family are not mentioned once on their website. Now, maybe that's a good thing because they are always saying, well, they're using the royal family. Yes, they are using the royal family because they're using their titles so brazenly. What are they up to? Now, I promised you the juicy bit. This is the juicy bit. So this is their website. You see that up there above the office of? That is what's known as a coat of arms. Now, this was Harry's coat of arms. When he turned 18, the Queen gifted him his own coat of arms. On the left, we have a lion. On the right, we have a unicorn. And above the crown is another crown with a lion. When Meghan joined the royal family, she was gifted her own coat of arms. So here we have on the left, again, Harry's little lion. Then we have a Californian songbird. Now, that is Meghan's own coat of arms. The combined coat of arms is very similar to Harry's, but it has Meghan's shield along with Harry's shield as well. It's still got the lion, it's still got the unicorn, but it has Meghan's shield. Now, I've put all three up here. We have Harry's, Meghan's, and they're combined. Now take a look what's on their website. It's not Harry's, it's not the combined, it's Meghan's coat of arms. So it's a website for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, only using her coat of arms. This reminds me of their cipher, where it's supposed to be an H and an M, but you can only really just see an M and you can't really see the H. But this is a massive slap in the face to Harry. Is this an oversight on their part, or is it all connected? Needless to say, the media have gone full guns blazing, and New York Post has named it ridiculous, or if you're a Harry Potter fan, ridiculous. One of the most laughable aspects of their biography says that Meghan Markle is a major advocate for family care. Is that right, Meghan? I'd like to hear how your father feels about your idea of family care, and also how you have both treated the royal family. Was that family care? So not only have they completely redirected their sussexroyal.com to this website, that they have replaced their Archwell website to this website as well. And this has raised major eyebrows with regards to them dropping the website. Sources that are close to the royal family have warned that their use of their Sussex title and their coat of arms for what appears to be commercial purposes could provoke complaints from the palace. One source said they are going to have real trouble with the use of Sussex. It's a royal title, and if there is any hint of commercialisation about this, it will be shut down. It's just staggering they cannot see how gaunch it is. Needless to say, the Sussexes have hit back, much like they did about the use of the word royal. They don't own the word royal. You can't own the word royal. A source close to the couple them said last night Prince Harry and Meghan are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It is a fact. It is their surname and family name. Well, yes, technically, but it was also gifted to you as a wedding present. And it would take a lot of effort, and addressing Parliament could have them removed. I don't think that's going to happen, but this is going to ruffle a lot of feathers. I'd just like to focus on the surname just a little bit. Apparently, according to the Sussex camp, it's their name and they have every right to use it. Right, before 1917, this is directly from the royal family website. Members of the British royal family had no surname, but only the name of the house or the dynasty to which they belong. Kings and princes were historically known by the names of the countries over which they and their families ruled. Kings and queens therefore signed themselves by their first names only, a tradition in the United Kingdom which has continued to the present day. In 1917, there was a radical change when George V specifically adopted Windsor, not only as the name of the house or dynasty, but also as the surname of his family. The family name was changed as a result of an anti-German feeling during the First World War, and the name Windsor was adopted after the castle at the same name. When the Queen ascended to the throne in 1952, the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh decided that they would like their own direct descendants to be distinguished from the rest of the royal family without changing the name of the royal house, as Windsor is the surname used by all males and unmarried female descendants of George V. It was therefore declared in the Privy Council that the Queen's descendants, other than those with the style of Royal Highness and the title Prince, Princess, or female descendants who marry, would carry the name Mountbatten Windsor. The effect of the declaration was that all the Queen's children, on occasions when they needed a surname, would have the surname Mountbatten Windsor. For the most part, members of the royal family who are entitled to style and dignity of HRH, Prince or Princess, do not need a surname, but if any of them do need a surname, such as upon marriage, the surname is Mountbatten Windsor. So if you take that directly from the royal family website, yes, technically, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex is their title, but that's where we enter a grey area because they're not allowed to use their HRHs. Does that then give them the right to so spectacularly and brazenly use the Duke and Duchess of Sussex? And also Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It's not actually Harry though, is he? He's Henry. But the issue for me is the fact that this is to boost their popularity, to boost their brand. And does that mean profiting off the titles, royal status, and the coat of arms which is issued and used on their website? That is the problem. And that's where they could come unstuck. I'd like to just reference this tweet that summed up how everybody in the non-liking Meghan and Harry's kind of camp feel about this. It is a tweet, and I would normally say who the tweet was from, but the tweet has been deleted, so I've blurred out their image, but I still want to represent this tweet because it speaks volumes. And they put a picture of their website and their titles. It says, "We want to remove ourselves from royalty and live our own lives." Also them. I fear that this is them trying to set up a royal court of their own. It's clearly imitating the royal family. It's clearly linking themselves to the royal family, even if they don't actually mention the royal family on the website at all. It also makes perfect sense now why Harry made a very quick dash over to the UK to see his father for all, apparently it was only 12 minutes for goodness sake, and then he had to get back because he was presenting an award at an NFL award show. So it just goes to show he never really had any intention of staying anyway. It's clearly a commercially focused site that's trying to boost their brand, to reinvent them. The fact that both Archewell and the Sussex Royal websites revert back to this particular website just goes to show you exactly how they mean to represent themselves in the future. The only thing that can stop them is the royal family. And apparently, according to a very good source who I have referenced numerous times on this channel, I think their account is fantastic, which is Bark Jack, and they are always on the money. They always have extremely good connections and their sources are on point. They posted yesterday that breaking high-level security meeting occurring at very early AM February 13th with an operational name. I'm not privy to that name. I know it pertains to the new website since the duo did not officially hold any office within the royal family. Some aspects of their endeavour seems problematic. They then tweet, furthermore, they undertook this endeavour with no consultation to the firm whatsoever, blindsided the palace, hence the likely reason for the meetings occurring this morning. Will update more info when I have it. So do you think the royal family are holding emergency meetings, or the firm is holding emergency meetings to see what they can do with regards to this website? Do you think that Harry and Meghan have a legal right to use the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, or the office of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, on their website alongside their coat of arms? Sorry, not their coat of arms, her coat of arms. Excuse my voice. It's getting even more throaty, isn't it? Oh my God. There, I had a good cough. Oh no, God. It's still throaty. Right, I've got to shut up now, haven't I? Right, I've had a little bit of a break, but it's still a little bit hoarse. Right, my last final point of this video is that they did this knowingly what the king is going through right now. And it just shows you how self-centered these two really, really are. So before I end this video, I'd like to ask you the normal questions that I normally do. Do they have a right to use the office of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex? Do they have a right to make it look like it's official and stands next to the royal family? Do you think it's weird how it also looks scarily similar to the presidential website? Do you think that it's their right to use Meghan's coat of arms, and why have they only used Meghan's and not their joint coat of arms? Very, very intriguing. And more importantly, do you think anything is going to come of this? Do you think their website is going to be whipped out, a bit like when they were told that they can't use Sussex Royal? Will the royal family step in, or, like always, will they remain silent and therefore complicit? As always, I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.